Hey viewers, long time no see. This is Cara, your host for Tuesdays on the Pagan Perspective, and this week we're talking about balance and the dark side. As Mo said in her video yesterday, this week's topic was suggested by Endora Roswin, who I think has a new username now, but I can't be entirely certain. This topic was suggested way back in March, and I have a running list, so I'm kind of just trying to go through it in order. We don't always do that, but we're trying, so this is a really old question. The actual topic suggested was to talk about the need for balance in Wicca, because a lot of people tend to only focus on the light side, and a lot of people's criticisms of Wicca is that it's only the light side and therefore fluffy and therefore doesn't pay attention to the dark side at all. And I'm here to tell you right now that if a Wiccan actually did say that, then it makes no sense for them to be Wiccan, because we believe in balance. And I think all of us as pagans believe in balance and the need for both in our lives, because that's what it's all about. That's how I believe the universe works, personally. That's why I believe in a god and a goddess. Day and night and the changing of the seasons, it's all extremes that blend together, and the unity of them and the balance is what makes life. The balance between birth and death is life. The balance between black and white is shades of gray, and we all live in shades of gray on a daily basis. There really is never anything so distinct and extreme as black or white. And that's why I also don't believe in the terms black and white magic, which I think we've talked about on Pagan Perspective, or I've done it on my personal channel. I think it was Pagan Perspective. We talked about black and white magic and how it doesn't make sense to give colors to something as all-encompassing as magic. How are you going to separate magic into black and white? And you really can't separate people into those categories either. Now, there are definitely people who, like me, believe that in the read that we should harm none. When I say that I don't harm for no reason, that doesn't mean that I'm not accepting the darker side of my path at all. That just means, no, I still don't want to do sacrifice. No, I still don't want to put curses on people. No, I don't want to do things that will harm people or do anything against their free will. But that's not accepting darkness. That's just not wanting to be mean to people. You know, I always use the image of the daisy in the barrel of the gun, that if someone were pointing a gun at my face, I wouldn't try to stick a flower down the barrel, I would run. I'm not an idiot. I don't so much believe in peace and goodness and light that I would endanger my own life. If I'm being attacked, I'm going to defend myself. But will I ever instigate something in the first place? Well, maybe I will. I'm human, I make errors, but I try not to. So when I say that I believe in harming none, it doesn't mean that I'm never ever going to harm anybody. I just try my best not to if it's not necessary. Mo's video yesterday, she talked a lot about the darkness within us, which is a big part of what I think the balance is, because there's balance in the universe, there's balance within our relationships with other people, but there is definitely a balance within ourselves as well. And I know that we all know we have a dark side, and it does come out on certain days, if you're having a bad day or something like that. I definitely have those days. Mo talking about it just reminded me of the show that I'm working on. It's Carol Churchill's Cloud 9, and that show is all about the seedy underbelly of people, the things that we don't want other people to see in us, trying to suppress them, trying to hide them, trying to say they don't exist. And just the more we do it, the more they pop up, and the more we are ashamed of them and we have to hide them. People having things about them that they don't want other people to see. That's our dark side. Those are the things that we want to hide because we don't think it's a good thing. We think it's a bad thing, in fact, and it's something that we should hide. I definitely had those elements to myself for a long time. It was being pagan. Being pagan was something that I wanted to hide because it was seen as bad in my surroundings, my area. And also for a long time that was my sexuality, was something wrong that I had to hide. Since those days of being afraid of showing things about myself, I've been much more honest with myself, first of all, and accepted those things, and then I've been honest with the people around me, and I've brought those things to light, or to the surface. And despite that, I do still have the bad days. There are still the things about me that I know aren't the best things, that I try to keep in check, but still come up all the time. And you can never fully suppress something that is part of you, and so I think the best thing to do is find the balance in it. Mo also said something about if something exists in the universe, then it innately exists within us. If it exists, it must exist within us because we are all everything that there is in nature, or at least we believe that we are. So if that's the case, that reminded me of the chart of the goddess, which says, if what you seek you find not within, you will never find it without. And that basically means that if you're looking for some quality in other people, or in the universe, or in general, and you can't find that quality within yourself, you will never, ever find it anywhere else. Okay, let's use love, because that one, happens a lot. If you're looking for love, and you don't have the capacity to love within yourself, or you don't love yourself, you will never find love with another person. However, I'm going to twist that a little bit to say that, in reverse, if it exists out there, it therefore must exist within you. If what you seek you find not without, there's no way it could exist within. See what I mean? So, yes, I will stick to the fact saying that I do believe the Wiccan read that I should harm none, and I should not want to cause harm to people. I know that there are some people who call themselves Wiccan who do harm, and I don't understand that, because if there's one rule of Wicca, it is the read, and if you don't believe it, I think there's probably a better name for what you would want to call yourself. Why would you identify with something whose main rule is not to harm anyone, and yet not follow it? I just don't get it. So I will always stick by the fact that I do believe in that. I think people just need to remember that there's always something more than what you think, and the only way we can have balance in things is if we do accept that there are two extremes. Because if I said, well, there's only goodness and sweetness and light and awesomeness, or if I only said everything is dark and bad and evil and terrible or whatever, then there wouldn't be a middle ground. There wouldn't be a balance, because all there would be is this, or all there would be is this. So, if, like people normally say about Wiccans, we only believe in the light side, how could we believe in balance, which is the whole idea, the whole concept of what we believe is balance in nature? Therefore, if we believe in this middle ground here, there must be two extremes. So, if anyone is telling you that they believe in only one or the other, that automatically tells you that they don't believe in a universal balance, and I definitely do. I'm gonna get going. I will see you guys next week, hopefully, if I don't get tied down again. I'm glad I found the time to do this. Thank you very much, Annie, for subbing for me last week. I miss you guys. So I will talk to you next week, I hope. Have a good week, and blessed be.